So one of the ways to explore any technology is that you're curious and you start looking at it, right? So when we start looking at it, Web3 uh, came into play around 2014 or 2013. Bitcoin was launched in 2008-9, right? And Bitcoin did something which no other technology had done till that point of time. In simplest terms, it enabled exchange of value on the internet, right? Because Bitcoin was pitching itself as a currency. Now, currency, when I say, it could be equivalent to your dollars, your rupee, or your pound, any of these, right? And we had, till that point of time, had not had the flexibility and the freedom what Bitcoin gave, which we'll understand as we go forward, a little bit of it, right? So Gavin Wood was one of the pioneers who was involved with Ethereum and Polkadot. These are two cryptocurrencies, right? And tokens that are very, very popular. He defines Web3 as an open and a decentralized internet. Now, this is very critical because you'll keep hearing these terminologies whenever you step into any of these technologies. How this differentiates is what we'll see going forward in a couple of slides. Because once this technology was let out, okay, people could now connect with this technology without anybody's permission, right? It was something which was not controlled by a single entity. So it became decentralized. Tim Berners-Lee, who is the inventor of the World Wide Web, he thinks that this will give more power to personal individuals by having their own personal data store, right? Now, so far, whenever we interact with any organization or an institution, you know that they will demand a lot of your personal information, right? If you want to open a bank account, or if you even want to have your email set up, or any application downloaded, which is centralized, you are expected to give out your personal information. And you don't have much control on the data, because whatever browsing you do, whatever you do on Instagram, Facebook, or any of the social media, including your purchases on Flipkart or Amazon, right? Though you have certain view into that, but everything is controlled and available by these organizations, right? You don't have a say what happens with that data. So that's why he said that individuals should have personal online data stores, which means that I could have all my information that belongs to me secure on this World Wide Web, okay, using this Web3 technology. And I will be the one who will be controlling it and decide what happens to that, who will access, who will see what information, right? So this was a new concept that came in with the advent of Web3. And that was enabled by blockchain. Chris Dixon is one of the partners with an organization called Andreessen Horowitz. They're very, very active in the Web3 world. They're one of the largest investment firms. Okay, they back a lot of projects, more than 100 projects that are all focused on enabling Web3 to the individual, right? So he says that it is going to be a paradigm shift. Now, when we say paradigm shift, it is something which you have not experienced till this point of time. Okay, so your thinking behind it, or whatever you currently have a thinking on certain process or certain way you view an information, you need to look at it from a new perspective. That's what Web3 brings in. Now, what does that bring in? As we know, it is decentralized, which means no single entity controls it. It is democratized, meaning hundreds or thousands of people have a say in what happens with that data, right? Then there is this new concept that came in with Bitcoin, what are called digital currencies. Now, you all interact with digital currencies on a day in to day out basis, including your banking account, right? No more you are so eager to hold cash in your hand. Okay. What you do is you log in into some app or your bank account and do a transaction. Now, what is a transaction? It is just digits, right? It is a set of digits, whatever it says, okay, this account has got so much of money. What you do is you transfer it. Okay. There is no cash involved in that, right? Now, that whatever came in, okay, was because of Web 2, where there was a digitization that was possible because of the internet and Web 2. But with launch of Bitcoin, okay, it came a very different perspective, because that particular currency or Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency as it is called is not controlled by any single individual or a company or an entity, right? So it is available. Anybody can participate in that. Okay. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need to do any KYC if you want to interact with Web3. We'll see what it is, and just a small demo I'll give. Okay. So with that, what happens is individuals would have complete ownership of their data, which is very, very critical. And you could interact with all the digital services without any intermediaries. So with these cryptocurrencies and tokens coming in, you can transact across the border. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need to fill any form, right? And even to open an account on Web3, you don't need a permission from anybody. Okay.